The world abounds in change through man's ability.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was also in the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back soundtrack, I think.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I think they use it as like an end credits song.
Yeah, with the
as like a callback with the monkey.
With the monkey.
It was not on the Blue Album either.
Wait, really?
Oh, then it was a single.
It could have just been
It could have been an album single,
or maybe
or a movie soundtrack thing they did.
It might have been like a B-side on some other single, probably from the Blue Album.
Yeah, album Mallrats.
Really, that's it. Interesting.
Well, that makes sense. The monkey was named Weezer.
Was it?
No. It was Suzanne.
Is the
God damn it.
second track from the deluxe edition of Weezer's self-titled album.
Which one?
The Blue Album.
Okay.
But why not the normal version of the Blue Album?
And why is it the second track?
Yeah. So they just fucking threw the Blue Album up in the air like that?
It better be the second track of the bonus disc, otherwise we're going to have problems.
You're interrupting the traditional
Yeah,
flow
exactly.
of the Blue Album.
Exactly.
Hey, welcome to Falcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
I'm Doug.
We're not sure why Weezer does what they do.
Nope.
No, that's always been the case. Let's be honest.
Oh, but Rick Ocasek produced the Blue Album.
Who's that guy?
The Cars.
That's right.
Man did his wife dirty. His ex-wife. Because when he got sick, like, she still stuck by him. Was his caretaker and everything.
I think we talked about that.
And he cut her right out of the will.
Ooh.
I forget. Pauline Porzakova or something like that.
Suzanne.
Pauline.
Her name was Suzanne, and then that's why he made them cut Suzanne from the
cut
Blue
that
Album
bitch
initially.
Cut that bitch off the record.
Yeah.
Dude, this isn't your record.
Although,
It is now.
I kind of remember that she took him, not took him, but like took the estate to court and recently won.
Oh, good.
So yeah, that's
fucked up.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Rick. I like the Cars. And I like your production work.
I can get behind some. Now that I know that that's what like power pop is.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know what power pop is.
Tell you what it ain't. The Jelly Bricks.
Wow. Do we need to double click that?
No, I'm fine with that. I don't care. They've sucked for 20 years.
It sucked longer than that.
No, they've sucked for 30 years.
Oh, it makes you feel old when you realize the Jelly Bricks have sucked for 30 years.
Yeah.
I remember going to the radio station because why would I ever hear the Jelly Bricks somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I have friends who are fucking obsessed with this band. And I bring that up because, I found their CD in there. And I put it in expecting like some like
Something.
awesome alternative punk metal.
So many people that you know
Something.
like them. There's got to be something good about them.
The fuck is this? Skip track. The
Nah.
fuck is this? Skip
Oh, this
track.
is like
No.
bargain basement goo goo doll shit.
It really is.
Look, I've heard some insults in my life, and I'm not sure that any of them cut as deep as bargain basement goo goo dolls.
I don't know. We had a
They
friend's
got
band
famous
who was
'cause
called
they-
Toad What Sprocket Cover
Yeah,
Band.
yeah.
That rattled him.
that one. That's pretty That's pretty bad. I think they got famous because they were the only band.
It was them and Emily's Toy Box.
Yeah, they were like the only band. Well,
Or
and
are
they
you talking Goo Goo Dolls?
no, I'm talking. Yeah, I don't know what.
Only reason the Goo Goo Dolls were ever worth a damn.
I watched the. Okay, finish my thought. I think the Jelly Bricks were the only band around here until Emily's Toy Box came around, I think. And then
We had like what? Fuel.
were they though?
Weren't they already in Florida at that point?
Yeah, they start like Live was out of here.
Live was long since out of here.
Yeah, like
Live is who I was thinking of.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
what was
honestly. Who
especially
else was there?
especially in the Harrisburg area.
Yeah.
Like
Harrisburg had nothing.
no, it was the Jelly Bricks. That was it.
Yeah.
I saw them. What's that park in Harrisburg? Like in the city. Waterfront
The
Park.
Waterfront Park? Yeah.
Waterfront Park. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
My friend Jake's cousin he had a car and he was like, "Hey, I'll take you guys. You want to go to a show at the Waterfront Park? It's like an all-day thing." Sure. So we went. I was in like 7th grade. It's the first time I saw a Jesus is a cunt T-shirt.
Oh
I
man,
was like, "Oh, I'm somewhere I shouldn't be."
I'm sure you were rattled by
Yeah,
that.
that
at
rattled
point.
me. Yeah.
you found like an OG Cradle of Filth
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, because that was like '97.
Oh.
They not to cut you off, they recently reprinted that shirt, and even Cradle of Filth singer is like, yeah, I wouldn't wear that shit nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tracks. You wouldn't wear that shit nowadays because you're a pussy. That's why. Please don't come beat me up.
I don't know, man. He's got nipple rings.
He does nipple rings.
Look, to be a guy with nipple rings, you gotta have some stones.
I think the older you get,
You're like, I just need to add one more weak point to
Yeah.
each side of my body.
yeah, exactly. I need a deflation. Like, just rip this off and you can take me out. The trick is getting to it.
If I were a 600-foot mega titan and Kratos was fighting me and he fell, what part of my body would he have to hold on to? My nipple rings. But anyway, the Jelly Bricks.
Oh man, yeah, it was at Waterfront Park and they were playing and I was just like, oh god. I remember thinking like, oh god, I'm here all day and this is the kind of music that's playing.
I've only seen one show in Waterfront Park. That's not true. There was like a festival going on that day, so there were probably other bands that I saw, but the only one that I remember seeing was the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm. That would have been way better.
It was a good show, but they were already pretty old. At
Yeah,
that
they've been.
point.
I mean,
and
they were like
they're
on
still
Home Improvement
performing.
old. Yeah.
They're still performing. Like I've seen footage of Mike Love performing in recent years, and oh boy,
Yeah.
don't look it up. Don't look it up. Google Blue Waffle before you look that shit up, because it's not pretty.
Yeah, like it was all. I was there. There must have been a metal band there because why was Cradle of Filth guy there? If not,
Right. Yeah.
because he was why would you wear all black, long Jenkos, long sleeves under that shirt
Mm-hmm.
in the summer outside if there wasn't a metal band playing?
So it was 1997. A wondrous time.
It was 1997, and I was on my way to see Godsmack.
I think Jake's cousin was Yeah, he was trying to explain us that Helter Skelter was coming. So he must have been some kind of racist. One of them racists.
One of them
You know, that wouldn't
racists
surprise
that you hear about all the time.
Yeah. He couldn't explain exactly what it is.
Yeah. He's like, but it's coming, though.
Yeah, he was, I mean,
He's like, it's a race thing.
yeah, it's like, I know it's it's a race war thing, but he was like, yeah, all the whites are going to rise up and kill all the blacks, and all the blacks are going to kill all the Mexicans, and the Mexicans are trying to kill all the whites, and everybody's going to die. I'm just like, not knowing anything about what this guy is talking about, I was like, wow, your cousin's full of shit.
Also, I'm pretty sure there are a lot more black people than there are white people willing to kill black people.
And I'm pretty sure white people aren't rising up to do shit
Right.
in this situation.
Like, Come on, guy. Like, now you could even be like, you've been crying tyranny for how long? And you've also been saying that the reason that you need to have fucking automatic weapons is so that you can fight against tyranny if you have to, and you haven't done that at all. Well, some of them have, actually. We have our fair share of domestic terrorists here.
Yep.
And they are almost all those people I was just talking about.
I saw a video a couple weeks ago. Back to the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, we're going back to the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yes. When else am I going to talk about this video?
When else am I going to have this chance
Yeah.
to talk about the Goo Goo Dolls?
It's my one Goo Goo Dolls story. It was from MTV back in the day, and it was like they were just hitting with what song?
I don't even
was
remember
first?
their first hit. Like, I'm sure I remember the song.
Hey
but I don't remember
Jealousy,
what it
maybe?
was.
Yeah.
No, it was. Hey Jealousy was.
That was Goo Goo Dolls,
No, it wasn't.
was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-mm. Gin Blossoms.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the Gin Blossoms. Today I learned the Gin Blossoms and the Goo Goo Dolls are two different bands.
Ah, they are.
Do they need to be though? Like, can't we just lump them together? There's a lot of bands and not the only amount of finite.
Slide?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Name is their is the Goo Goo Dolls' first hit.
Okay, then it was Name.
Is that the one? I'll still remember your name.
I want to know your name. Yeah, because they were sitting on a couch with a bunch of long-haired grunge kids surrounding them, playing that song for like, I don't know, some VJ. And the grunge kids, like the notes on the video, the text said like, "Look at this kid in the back." And this dude was so fucking bored. Like, he clearly thought he was gonna go see Pearl Jam, and he ended up with that.
Wow. Shit.
I mean, once upon a time, the Goo Goo Dolls were actually a punk band. They were
I've
on
heard
Metal
that.
Blade and everything.
I've heard that, yeah.
I was just looking up what their first single was, and I saw that they formed in 1985.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were around for a long
I
time
was
before anybody cared about them.
8-year
Yeah.
old. I was 1 year old when the Goo Goo Dolls got together. Wow. Yeah.
I was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Goo Goo Dolls almost as old as we are.
Yeah.
They're fucking old. I mean, the members of the band are older than we
Yeah,
are.
they're old as shit.
Unless they started the
Yeah.
band
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
early. They were playing some baby Mozart for them. I almost won a wire recorder yesterday at an auction.
A wire recorder.
They used to.
Oh, for like wire? Like stuff coming across the wire? No?
No, it records onto metal wire. Records sound onto a metal wire. They used to use it for like dictation in like the 30s,
Yeah, sure.
30s through the 50s, basically.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first models that was released for like consumer use. And I bid $20 on it, and right at the very end, somebody swooped in and got it for 21.
How's that work? How's a wire recorder work?
Magnetism. It's just like when you magnetize a hard drive. Probably not as fine of resolution, but like it uses the magnetic charge on the wire to store the sound information.
Huh.
It's really cool.
That's so much more cooler than like the insane computing power we have nowadays.
Yep. It's infinitely worse, but it's way cooler.
Yeah, it's much more fascinating.
well, like it's like the CEDs.
Yeah.
Where you're basically playing a vinyl record with a movie on it.
Mhm.
Like that's amazing. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. Yeah, so I almost won one of those. The only way that I'm ever going to get something like that is if I buy it for $20 at an estate sale.
Yeah.
So like figured why not see what happens. They also had a nice reel-to-reel tape player that I really wanted to pick up, but that ended up going for more than I wanted to spend too.
God, I fucking hated the reel-to-reels.
Yeah?
So we used to have to set them up at radio.
Oh, you had to like feed the tape through and everything.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It wasn't hard to do, but it was just annoying because like none of this shit's actually getting used.
Mm-hmm. Were they just recording the broadcasts with those?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess they probably had to.
Yeah, for records.
Yeah.
The FCC.
Yeah. I guess that made it that much harder for the FCC to investigate it. If everything's on an open reel tape, they can't just pull up like this is what was happening at 5 o'clock when it was reported that somebody said the F word on the radio or whatever.
Man, I let so many F words fly off the radio.
I know. I remember hearing one of them. I forget what it.
God.
I remember the instance. I don't remember what it was, but I remember.
You like forget to turn the mic
Yeah.
off and just said like, "What
No,
the
no,
fuck?"
it was in the
over
song.
top of the song.
It was in the song. I
Okay.
forgot. I was like, oh, he just missed that one.
Because if the CD had like radio CD on it, you think like, well, naturally it's going to be edited because it is the radio copy.
Yeah,
Well,
you would think.
yeah, some labels didn't work that way.
Whoops. I mean, what were you supposed to do? Listen to the whole song before we put it on the air? Probably, but
Shit, it got to the point where I just burned all my
Yeah.
burned my shows onto a couple CDs, and I'd bring those in every week. I'm like, I can play this CD for 2 hours.
and just fuck off.
Yeah, well, 2 CDs because I think CDs only had like 64 minutes.
Did you record like station ID spots?
No,
Oh, okay.
just the songs.
So you would pause it and then do the
Yeah.
station ID and then okay. Like, wait a minute.
I wonder if they still do radio.
That's a genius, dude.
I wonder if they still do radio in Middletown.
They do.
Yeah, it's in the different building now. I think they put it in the new
Yeah,
elementary/middle school.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the old building isn't there anymore. Would have to be.
Oh, that's the new like high school/middle school, isn't it? Or is it K through 12?
All 3 of them are up there. I mean, Fink's still down there,
Yeah, Fink's still there.
but I think Kunkel's still there.
Kunkel's still there.
Huh.
But there is there are 3.
Man,
There's
I
an
haven't
elementary,
even been
middle, and
past Kunkel in decades. I should drive over there and see it.
See, I think the high school is a separate building,
yeah,
but they're all like right next to each other.
yeah. They're all in our old grounds of the old high school.
Okay. I think it's in whichever one is named after Mayor Reed.
It's in whatever the elementary school is.
Married.
At least maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I was trying to think of a please don't, but like, I can't think of anything that he used to do that I wouldn't want him to.
Oh,
He was a pretty cool guy.
I think that song's about how he tried to grab Dolly Parton's ass. How you gonna go and grab my ass?
Do you know Dolly Parton's like super tatted up?
No.
Yeah.
That's
She's got like she's got like a full sleeve. She just wears outfits that cover it.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna look it up. I only learned this recently.
I need
too.
to see her hands too, because I'm gonna count them fingers just to make sure it's not AI.
No, the radio station did an open house like 10-ish years ago. Open house for like the ex-members. I guess it was like an alumni thing. And we went to that, but I just can't remember what the building actually was. I think it was the middle school, kindergarten, because I think the high school was still around then.
I mean, the high school is still the same building.
No,
But we haven't actually seen her tattoos.
they knocked the high school over.
Did they? I thought it was like partially the same building.
No, the high school.
no, they
was
leveled
gone.
that.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
I actually happened to go past.
I'm there rather frequently in the summer because the Middletown Woody Waste things down the Turnpike
Yeah.
Road to go to the Turnpike station, and Mom pays for her place, so we use it too.
Yeah, I don't know when they actually knocked it down, but it's weird to me that it's not there anymore. Like I feel like low key offended by it. Like
Do you know what I went through in that
I don't
building?
necessarily miss like high school and middle school. But I think I understand why people miss those years, because you didn't have to worry about shit back then.
Yeah, sure.
Compared to once you're an adult, yeah.
Yeah.
And you never would have accepted that as a high school student. Never.
Like, all the bullshit that seemed like an issue back then, in hindsight now, you're like, God, that was so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's your fucking world. What can you say?
Yeah. And you know what? People told us all the time. They're like, the shit that you deal with now is literally nothing.
Yeah.
It's completely inconsequential. You will never see these people again unless you want to. And they're right, but we wouldn't hear it.
No. And,
I learned
it's understandable, because when you're living through it, that is your world. That shit is your responsibilities.
I think I learned that part of it. That, hey, you'll never see, these people aren't going to be around after you leave here. I think I learned that pretty early, because until I kind of started hanging out with you guys, my social circle wasn't really in Middletown. It was my church friends, and Tony and Jake, but they left Middletown too.
Yeah.
So I was ready to get the fuck out of there as soon as I could.
Fucking Ken unfortunately got saddled with those Middletown folk.
Oh God, I can't imagine me. I could fit in with anybody else. Fucking don't act like I'm better. How awkward I feel around anybody else.
Every Thursday you drive home, Dia's like, no one else hangs out with their high school friends,
No. No, most of her friends are from high school. I mean, not most of them, but
Quite a few.
Yeah.
That's cool. I still want to do hot pot.
What's a hot pot?
We were talking about it last time we recorded, which I'm now remembering is 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it's like
it's where you cook the thinly sliced meat in the
pot.
broth
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and you guys were like, "We've never done that."
No.
And I was like, "We could totally do that. We have everything we need to do it.
Yeah.
We should do that."
We should do that.
It's been a really long time since we hung out outside of the podcast. So
Yeah.
I get it. I
mean,
don't have a whole lot of time to
Still,
hang out with anybody.
this is the reason to hang out. It's a reason to hang out.
Yes,
So.
that's why we schedule time to do it. But yeah, we'll do hot pot.
I'll do it.
You can get the sliced beef at Costco too. You can get shabu shabu.
I saw a thing on Adam Conover's channel where he asked some lady why the Costco hot dogs are $1.50 still. And she was like, it's a subliminal thing, because when you go into Costco and you see the $1.50 hot dog, you're like, oh man, everything else is going to be a deal.
But it is, for the most part.
Well, and she was like, not everything at Costco is a deal. You have to do, sure. But I was like, lady, I think you're just talking out your ass.
Yes.
Because the hot dogs are on the way out in my Costco.
That's true, yeah. Although we go into the cafe through the exit,
Yeah, you can.
eat, and then go back out and go into the entrance of the store.
You would think, though. Have them right out front, baby. Like this lady
If
said.
that's going
That
to
would
be a
the
loss
better-
leader,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
She wrong.
Yep. No, I mean, the hot dogs are still $1.50 because the former CEO said he would kill anyone who changed the price. They make T-shirts about it.
I was so
but-
pumped to get a hot dog at Costco last time we went, but that line was so fucking long. I was like, nope. The line was longer for the hot dogs than it was to check out.
And that's not a good sign at a Costco.
No, I was like, nah, man.
Mm-mm.
I got wife approval to get a hot dog. I mean, I could get a hot dog if I wanted, but she was like, yeah, I'll get a hot dog too. And I was like, yes.
That's the official endorsement.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it one of you guys who said that Dolly Parton's not allowed to talk to anyone? No, okay. Then it might have been Rob who was telling me about it. So, when Dolly Parton does performances and stuff, her managers will, walk around and instruct people that they can't talk to Dolly. And people think, oh, this must mean that Dolly Parton's just such a fucking diva. She doesn't have time for the little people. No,
That ain't Dolly.
it's quite the opposite. The reason they go around and tell people not to talk to Dolly is because like everyone is family to Dolly Parton. If she
they'll
starts
never
talking,
leave.
yeah,
Oh my god.
she will stand there and talk your ear.
Could you
off
imagine?
until she is way behind.
That would be
schedule.
awesome to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna say hi to Dolly Parton, and then 5 minutes later you're like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to talk to Dolly Parton anymore.
I'm giving her family recipes. What's happening right now?
I feel like a shithead, but I really don't want to talk to Dolly Parton anymore.
They'll be like, Dolly, we gotta go. You're 5 minutes late to be on stage. And I'm like, oh, all right, Shug. And she'll be walking on stage, and someone say, "Good luck out there." She'll stop and talk to him for another 20 minutes. That's just fucking Dolly, man.
Yeah, I would talk to Dolly Parton for quite some time, I feel like.
Dolly would do Foulcast.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh, I'd love... you think we can get Dolly?
It would be like that time that Barack Obama did WTF.
Uh-huh.
Just like randomly, Mark Maron was like, I don't even know why this is happening, but it doesn't make sense. Why is he on my podcast? But here we go. That's what it would be.
Still don't know why that happened.
I don't know either. But that would be awesome if that's exactly what would happen on this show. Be like, last week we just said we do this just to have a reason to hang out. This week here's Dolly Parton. If we got Dolly Parton and we got we actually got like notice because of it. Next week,
I hope not.
Next week I want Warak.
And we could get Warak.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
we'd have to pay for Warak.
You can use that sweet Dolly Parton endorsement money.
We'll be like, you can jump out of stuff, but you have to leave the hammer in the car.
Like he pops out of that ottoman.
Perfect.
But then the hammer falls out of his
Yeah.
pocket. And you go, no.
No, we told... and then you rub his nose in the hammer.
It's a bad war. Bad.
You're not getting any treats tonight. And then they whimper.
I can't stay mad at Warak.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Never got mad at him to begin with.
Oh, I probably would if they brought the hammer in. But only briefly. They give
Yeah,
the puppy
yeah.
dog eyes. And
Yeah. Spit a couple rhymes about you that you can't understand.
yep. To a beat that you can't,
Yeah, that doesn't
can't
exist.
comprehend. Yeah.
I went to a Turkey Hill last time we left the show. Pick up some tea. Got up to the counter. And the girl there was just fucking grinning ear to ear at me. And I had no idea why. I walked down in the car. I'm like, she want my dick or something?
Did she see your dick?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I remembered.
Fly was down or something. Oh, the stickers.
What was on my shirt?
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I had one of the for rectal use only stickers
If only you would have
right on
realized
my
it.
shirt.
Wait, did you realize it while you were still in the store?
No, I didn't
Okay.
realize it
That's
until
awesome.
I was out of the store.
Okay. You could have been like, oh yeah, I got a new medication today.
It's a wiener.
What if she saw that and she just came around the counter with a
Just
strap on
wearing
on?
a strap on.
Oh my god.
That'd be a fun game to play at work when you work at a job where you're in one place all the time. Put a strap on and see if anybody notices.
Man, you're rolling the dice there. Because if anybody notices, there's at least a 50-50 shot they're going
Like
to
if
say
you're
something.
doing telemarketing or something.
Oh, if you were doing telemarketing, sure, but not at like Turkey Hill. Can you imagine? It's like, let me get a grape whiteout, and are you wearing a strap? No, the white grape one.
Yeah.
You're the fifth person to notice today. You know what that means?
Just run out of the
I
building.
don't want to.
She's like, put the sticker on.
Free gas for life.
Oh, you're gonna have gas.
It's right on the door. Fifth person to catch me wearing a strap on gets free gas for life. That'll drive business. That will drive business.
Oh man, I had a weird, well, it was a self-inflicted weird situation. I forget when it was, 2 weeks ago? Last week. Yeah, it was last Tuesday. So, like Monday, I found a TV I wanted on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
CRT. Mine continually shuts down and turns itself back on.
What was it? Like a Trinitron or something?
The one I found?
Yeah.
Is JVC. Okay. I hemmed and hawed over the weekend about it. And I was like, fuck it. I just messaged the lady. And she was like, somebody's coming to pick it up tomorrow. If that falls through, I'll ping you tomorrow. I was like, okay.
Never expecting to hear from this person again.
No. But then I did. She was like, hey, guy never showed, so when are you available? And I'm like, well, my lunch break's coming up, and I know relatively where you're at, so I was like, do you have a landmark? I can tell you how quickly I could be there. And I was like, okay, I could be there in a half hour. Cool. $25, perfect. Get there. So the listing said gave the dimensions. She said it's about 50 pounds. I was like, I can handle that.
How big is the TV?
That makes one of us. Fuck.
It was like 33-inch, 31-inch screen.
That's got to be more than 50 pounds.
It was. So I get there, and she's like, pull and drive, blah, 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 tell me where to go. So I go in, and her husband's there. I was like, oh, cool. Here's the money. And he was like, it goes to her, and this hand comes around the door. I was like, wow, okay. And I'm like, it's not weird, because if I was doing a Facebook sale, this is exactly how it would go down. My wife's hand would just stick her hand out, take the money, and never show her face to a stranger. So him and I pick it up, and I'm like, oh, it really isn't. It's probably more like 75.
Okay, so it wasn't that bad.
So it's a 2-person lift, but we lifted, put it in the bed of the truck, strap it down. Real super nice guy. Back out. I'm like, okay, cool. I told my boss I had to run an errand. I'll be back in an hour. He's like, fine. I'm going home, and it's sliding around. I'm like, fuck. I was like, okay, I gotta put this thing in the back seat. Uh-oh. So I pop the bed of the truck, slide it down, lift it up, and I go, oh shit. I cannot carry this thing by myself.
And it's now off the bed.
It is now in a cornfield.
Is it still in a cornfield?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So it's not. So I like walked it over, and I'm like, I had my tape measure with me, so I knew it could fit into the door. I can't get it. If it were, it's not so much the weight. There's nothing to grab, because it's a 90s TV that had it was all rounded edges. And they didn't start, I don't know why they didn't start putting handholds into those things until the last 5 years that they made them.
Right.
So I'm standing there.
They're like, here's a 75-pound egg.
Yeah.
Have fun carrying this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have no way of getting a hold of anything. Like, I had it up, and I'm like, I can't get...
Oh, also, it's front heavy.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Have fun with the
I'm
egg.
standing there in this cornfield, and, like, I see the truck coming, and I'm like, oh, my God. That's the guy's car from the house. I was like, this is going to be awkward as fuck.
Did he pull over?
No, thank God
okay.
he turned. But that was 100% the same vehicle.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like, he would have been like, what happened? Fell out.
It was moving around and I'm weak. Please help.
So I ended up slowly walking it back to the back of the truck and deadlifting it back up in, and tore my hands all up. And then I just put my coat
You
down.
really wanted this TV.
I mean, I paid $25 for it. I wasn't
$25. Yeah, I tore my hands all up. Got a hernia now.
I laid it down on my coat on the glass and put my bed liner over, like closed my bed liner. I'm like, well, might bend the bed liner, but whatever. And that kept it still to get me home.
Oh my god.
And luckily I got home and we had just bought a tool chest for the garage on Black Friday that was on wheels, so I wheeled that sucker over and put him on there.
So now you got a TV in the garage.
No, because over the weekend we went to the thrift store and I found the coolest old TV.
We went to the thrift store and we found a Mexican guy in the parking lot. paid him $50 to move it into our basement.
We went to the thrift store right across town and I found the coolest old TV stand. It's a boom stand.
Oh, it has speakers built
Yeah,
into
it's
it?
pretty
my
neat.
God. Are you using the speakers?
No, because there's you gotta turn the knob to turn the volume up and down.
I mean, I have to imagine that they weren't the best speakers in the world either,
Yeah,
compared to what you can get for relatively inexpensive now.
Yeah, I mean the TV speakers are actually really good in old JVC TVs, anyways. So we got that.
Yeah, they had room for decent speakers
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, there's plenty of room in that fucker for speakers. So yeah, I got it home, got the stand, put wheels on the stand, got it in the basement. Then we got the TV in the house, and she was like, "Oh, it's not that bad." I was like, "You've been bitching at me for getting a heavy TV and how hard it's going to be. I told you all along it's not that bad." So yeah, so I'm finally old TV'd up again.
Nice.
So that's cool. Yeah, I was like, this is gonna be awkward as shit. This guy comes rolling up. What'd you do?
You need me to lift that TV for you again?
Because he was like, he was super nice. He was like, "Should we go you want to go in the back seat or the bed?" And I'm like, "I think the bed will be fine. I got straps." And like, he was in the truck before, like, I even realized
that
that
the back seat or the bed. We can go in the bed. I got straps.
I was wearing my turkey heel strap on. So yeah, that could have been bad.
Yep, dodged a bullet there. Not getting help with that TV.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have to leave this fucking thing here for like 6 hours
until you finish your work shift.
Yeah, well, until D gets home, because I need help. And then she would have told me to call my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I should have just called him. I mean, I got it home. No big deal. But hey, I'm a fucking dumbass. I'm in the middle of a cornfield.
Well, speaking of Shay, I decided it was finally time to open that Shay St. John DVD that I bought a couple of years ago and haven't had the gumption to actually watch.
Okay.
Number one, it is way higher quality than the YouTube re-uploads that you can see.
Really?
Yep, it looks very good. It's about as good as you can look on a DVD, especially being filmed the way it was. Boy, those DVD menus, though.
They were fun.
Oh, man. On this particular DVD, all of the menus are Shay St. John sitting there talking to you about the DVD you're watching right now. She's like, "Welcome to my DVD. God. Like, look at my glamorous DVD." I don't know.
I'm sad that DVD menus aren't a widespread thing anymore. DVD menus.
There should be a menu for things on Netflix.
Yes.
When you start a movie, it should bring you to a menu for that movie.
If
Give me all the
Netflix
fucking features, give me the commentary.
Yeah, if it was just, hey, we're going to fucking stream you the DVD, that would be amazing.
I imagine it's because of like licensing. I don't know why I can't work that word out.
Yeah.
Licensing
There we go.
issues.
With the features and stuff?
Yeah,
Probably.
but yeah, you know, if they had commentary tracks and everything.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I would absolutely pay for Netflix again.
Mhm. And that's a thing.
I think that you can get them for stuff like that they did. Some shows or movies, they have,
they'll have a
commentary
commentary
tracks
track.
available.
It's so rare, though.
Yeah, it is. Because
There-
they cut production to the bone. Like nobody. That's something only small amount of people ever listen to.
True.
So,
Why bother?
Yeah.
Dude, I listen
I-
to
yeah, I love
every fucking thing with commentary.
So there's a whole thing going on now where one of the digital media storefronts, I don't remember which, I think it was PlayStation. And they're
Yeah.
like, if you
Sony. Yeah, Sony.
if you bought content from this thing, it's not going to be available anymore, and we're just removing it from
Yep.
your library. Sorry about the inconvenience.
Yep.
Thanks for your money, though.
Yep.
And everybody's like, oh, wait, they can do that? And it's like, we've been saying it for how long?
Which,
Like, it's not even like just us sitting in my living room with microphones talking to nobody.
Yeah. Like everybody.
Like,
should
so
know that
many
by now.
people have been talking
And
about
have
it
been
for so
dealing with
long.
it. Like, I think people see like say, The Office when it left Netflix and went to Peacock or whatever it's on. I don't know. It was
Shit,
like,
it might not be on anything anymore.
but then it was like I don't think people even understood like shit could just disappear.
Mhm.
Like, oh, but everything I watch is on somewhere, so I have to find it, but it's somewhere. Yeah,
But
but it doesn't have to be somewhere. There's nothing There's nothing stopping it from being nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you paid for it.
Yeah.
But, like, you're getting it from somebody else who owns the rights to it.
Yeah,
You're only licensing it.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
renting.
When they decide that they don't want to have it up anymore, you can't do anything about that.
So like, as much as I love a good fuck Sony, this is on Warner Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Because Warner Discovery
Oh.
pulled the license because they're giving it to another streaming thing.
Yeah. Sony was like, due to the terms of our licensing agreement, you no longer have access to this content that you bought.
But so yeah, Sony's message was very like fuck off because they're just like thanks for your support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they literally did end it with thanks for your continued support.
Yeah,
Thank you for not ditching us. And it's like, I haven't not ditched you yet.
exactly.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, you mean by the time I got to the bottom of this paragraph?
Yeah, I didn't
Sure.
unsubscribe right like until I was done with the email.
I tell everyone I know buy physical.
Yeah,
Like I will buy digital if I got to pay like $5 for it.
sure.
Because at the end of the day, if I've paid $5 for something and 10 years later they're like, you don't have this anymore. It's like, well, 10 years later I don't even have the system anymore, probably.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean,
But I would never buy like a digital movie unless it came with a actual download that I could store.
I'd be reluctant to rent a digital movie. Like I think I
yeah.
might have done that like
I've done that
twice.
once or twice.
Yeah.
Yup.
And they're like, okay, you now have 5 days to watch it. And after you start watching it, you have to finish it within 24
Yeah.
hours. And you're like, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Like, how? Number one, I'm just streaming a digital file. Like, this is not inconveniencing you whatsoever. Like, why are we so stringent
Yeah.
about this? And it's just because they want your money.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many like. What I really don't understand is like how. Speaking of video games, like, is the convenience of digital so great that you're willing to pay full price for something and then find out you hate it and you have no recourse?
Yeah.
You got nothing.
At least if I buy a game full price and I hate it,
You can go sell it.
I can sell it, or I mean,
Well, that's the
there
thing,
are
even if you
like
play it,
Steam has a return thing, but
Even if you buy it digitally and you like it, but you know you're never going to play it again.
yeah. Once that's the other thing, like
You now own that game digitally. They could take it away from you anytime you want, but if you're never going to use it again,
yeah,
you're
just-
out the full $60.
Yeah, exactly.
But to tie that back to what we were saying about like special features for DVDs and Blu-rays, like that's gone away already.
Uh-huh.
Like we don't get that with stuff unless you get it on DVD
Yep.
or Blu-ray.
Disney makes an attempt, I think.
I mean,
But why put the money into it?
I've seen relatively recent Blu-ray releases from Disney that barely have anything on them other than the movie. Like Return to Oz, granted that is a Disney Movie Club exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, number one, it sells for too much because it's a Disney movie Club exclusive. Like, you have to join their club to get access to it, or pay somebody on eBay
Yeah,
who
to
got
resell
access to it. Yeah. But also, like, there's nothing on it. It's just like the movie, the trailer.
Yeah.
I think it's subtitled. Pretty much it, as far as I remember.
Well, and even if you're buying physical movies, like, that are current, crapshoot if you get anything on it, too.
Physical games, like...
Yeah. You know, you got
I
fucking
remember.
manual, nothing.
Yeah. That's what I was going to bring up. Like,
Yeah.
back in the day, I remember looking at, like, the Breath of Fire 2 manual and just being fucking blown
Yeah.
away by
Final
all
Fantasy
the
3 menu
information in
was-
there.
That thing
Yeah.
went with me everywhere I went until I got till I upgraded the strategy guide, which went with me everywhere I went.
Unless you buy some, like, collector's edition that explicitly states, you know, they put some work into a manual for you, all you get inside a video game case is a fucking advertisement for the system and some other paid feature.
If you're lucky.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you get a reversible cover once in a while.
Mm-hmm. More often, I think you just see, like, they might print art on the inside, but it's not like one that you would do.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wanna
it's
use
just
for a
interior
cover.
artwork.
Yeah.
It doesn't have, like, a title spine or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've seen some Switch games that are just white on the back
Oh,
of
yeah,
the thing, and
yeah.
they don't put a manual in or an insert about anything.
Yep. Wonder. I was like, wow.
It's just
Super
this
Mario
cartridge in
Wonder.
a
I was
case.
just like, man, you hit a home run with this game, but
Cheaped out on the
yeah,
packaging.
you really, man, could have made something special here.
They wanted everybody to pay. They wanted everybody to buy it digitally anyway.
Yeah.
It's especially frustrating because they skimp so hard on the production, but they fucking bump prices up every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What you call it? The sequel to Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. That was $70.
Yep.
I don't.
No goddamn reason.
I don't actually know that Nintendo's released another game that was $70.
No, that's been it. I think. Yeah, that's
Which
been it. Because
they might have had enough backlash to that they were like, let's not do that.
maybe, I don't know.
Because I don't think there was any real reason to make it $70.
If you, I don't understand it. Yeah, why wouldn't you make Mario Wonder 70? Or I could even see Mario RPG being 70 with how hyped it was.
It's a good thing I never played Breath of the Wild because I might have felt inclined to spend $70. Instead, I played the long game.
They're gonna fuck you.
You play that Breath of the Wild, it's gonna come back.
I beat the house.
My God, the house always wins, Josh.
So we co-opt Mario Wonder. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
fantastic.
saw the first few levels. It looks really cute.
It's fantastic. Super fucking creative. Like the thing, like the hook of the game is in every level there's a wonder flower that changes the level in some way. And there are so many different ones. Really fucking cool.
Was there ever a repeat where you're like, oh, this is the same thing that happened
No.
on this other level?
No. I mean, there were
Everything was
like
unique to the level.
like some of the, yeah, there were. It's not like every single one was 100%.
Not everyone had a musical number in it.
No, yeah, the one was just a fucking musical number. It was hilarious. Like there were some, like it'll turn you into like a goo ball and you can like stick to the ceiling. Like that happened a couple times.
That's pretty cool.
But the situation was different. So it's not like, oh, I'm just a goo ball now. It was like, oh, I was a goo ball last time. Now I'm a goo ball. and the whole stage is on fire and whole fuck. You know, it's always something new. Very cool. The final level, the final Star World, like final absolute last level, was a motherfucker. That was a Super Mario Maker hard level.
I feel like they've done one level like that in every Mario game since like Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a better part of, all told, probably sat there for about 4 hours trying to beat that level. Like, and the other thing is you have a stamp, I think, a badge, whatever, that gives Mario one extra ability, like a double wall jump or a high jump, and some are really hard where like you can't stop running, so you can kind of change however you want to. And the final level is each part of the stage is a different badge, so you got to go through all of them. And like it was like fun, like okay, I figured out how to do like the floaty hat thing. I can do this perfect. And then the jumpy thing and like all this, and then the last one is invisible. That was hard, and not only invisible, but you're bouncing on floating like balloons with clouds, so you can't even tell where you are. It was fucking ridiculous.
Wow. Come on, Nintendo. That's a lot to ask.
But yeah, DNI co-op.
Mario Maker creators don't make you do that shit.
Yeah, DNI co-op that we had a lot of fun, and she like if you jump in Mario and hit down, you do a butt stomp in the newer Mario games. And she kept butt stomping, and I'm like, what are you? And she's not an experienced player at all. So
was like, she pressing down because she thought it made her come down?
No, she was like, I'm not. I swear I'm not doing it. I was playing with the Pro controller. She was playing with an 8-bit controller.
Oh.
We got to a situation.
I thought you were going to tell me she had the Pro controller.
No, we got to a situation. We got to a situation where she still had a suit that I didn't have or something. So we switched, and I walked like 4 steps. I was like, "Oh yeah, the problem's your controller. The diagonals on this are shit."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, that sucks.
So I got the Switch Online Super Nintendo controllers for us. Those things are sweet as shit.
They look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, good. I recommend Mario Wonder if you're into platforming. It's a pretty fantastic game.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I did get Mario RPG.
Yeah, I haven't jumped on that yet.
I got it for $45.
Nice.
On the day that it came out.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, I ordered it the day it came out, though. I bought it on eBay.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently when new Nintendo games
sometimes
come out, there's just people that put them up for like $15 less than retail.
They must get them.
It's brand new too. They didn't even open it.
How are they get? They must get them for like 30 somehow.
I don't know how though, because the margin's not that great on new video games. Look at GameStop.
Yeah.
They wanted to push you away from those new games as much as possible.
Yeah. Now we're going back and playing through the Wii U Mario game on Switch. That's hard. I think that one is overall harder than Wonder.
Is it? You're just doing like New Super Mario U?
Yeah.
Not New Super Luigi U?
We will do that afterwards.
That one's harder than the Mario one.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we played through that. That was the first one we played together.
I don't think that the easiest stages in the Luigi one are harder than the hardest ones in the Mario one, but overall the difficulty. I've
got this chip on my shoulder because I know the very last level in Star World, I never got the final coin. It's been a chip on my shoulder.
Just that one last thing.
I'm fucking doing it now. I have a Super Nintendo controller. You can't stop me.
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
The things I can do with that device. Last night I was getting frustrated with the level, and I was like, and she was like, "Don't throw that new controller." I was like, "These things were meant to be thrown. They're tanks."
I was talking to my friend Bobby, who's in. I think he lives in Virginia, but he's on another friend's Discord.
Uh-huh.
He's cool. I've met him a few times. But I was talking to him about. Oh, he had linked a YouTube video that Triple Jump put out. That was like every D&D game ever released ranked from from worst to best. And it's like, are they pulling an H-Bomber guy and doing a 4-hour long video? which we haven't even touched on that. But did you watch that? I do recommend it. It's very good.
Yeah.
If you're okay with watching a 4-hour-long video.
I
essay.
don't know that I am.
It's a lot.
It depends.
The thing is, the day after he released that, Todd in the Shadows released a 2-hour-long follow-up.
Which I didn't watch either.
I haven't watched that
I was like,
yet.
there's something going on here, but I'm...
Let's just say that a man's career is over. But
it was one of those. I'm gonna come around and see what's going on here later.
But I was like, wow, there's a lot of fucking D&D games, and if they're gonna rank every D&D game, this is a long ass video. It was an hour 50, and I'm like, that's like a walk in the park now. Yeah, like how are you fitting all these games in? And then Bobby was like, so apparently there was a D&D game for the TurboGrafx, and I'm like, was there? Because I'm fairly familiar with the TurboGrafx library. There was.
Wow.
I don't remember what the title was, but I think that the D&D part may just get left off of like ROM file names by default. It looks more interesting than the NES games. The NES games were by and large a little rough. This one is like, it's like a dungeon crawler, like a first person like 4-direction dungeon crawler until you get into combat, and then it's like a turn-by-turn tactical thing. Like it takes you to a battlefield and you're moving around and attacking.
Maybe.
It's pretty neat. But he was like, forgotten game on a forgotten system, and I'm like, fuck you. Next time I see you, I'm bringing the super graphics and we're gonna have it out, and then we can play the D&D game on TurboGrafx.
I saw Larian just released update 5 for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
And I will say it fixed some of the big issues I had with it.
Okay.
In that, like, you know, they cut some characters' content when they cut the upper city. And in this
Wait, they cut out content?
Yeah, they cut the upper city out of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, on release.
Yeah.
So they added it back?
No.
Oh, fuck.
But they went back and recorded like over 3,000 voice lines. They released a new playable epilogue where like everyone's at camp like 6 months later. And like in this camp catch up, like they paved the way for like new DLC.
Ooh.
Okay.
They put like a lot of work into that, and they addressed a lot of things people were complaining about.
Very neat.
Did they make the game less horny?
They did make the game less horny. I think that was the patch 1 fix.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that pretty shortly after it came out. They're like, guys, the other characters only want to throw themselves at your character because of a bug. We accidentally made them too horny.
But no, when I saw what was in the patch, it was like 3 a.m. I was like, fuck. I got up, turned on the PlayStation, sat down, and go to bed till 4:30.
Wow.
Wow, yeah. My dogs wouldn't let me do that. They get shitty if I don't go to bed.
They'd pin you down and close your eyes.
They just bug me.
And they just breathe on you until you fall asleep.
They're like, yo, I got time for you, man. We're going to bed now.
The birds do that sometimes. I never really thought about it like that, but like late at night, because we take them up at like 9 o'clock, and we put them in there and we give them a treat, and when they're done with the treat, we cover them up.
Yeah.
Then it's night time, and if we're hanging out downstairs, sometimes starting as early as like 8:15, 8:30, they'll start like nipping at our fingers with their beaks,
they're ready,
and then flying upstairs, and then coming downstairs. And then like bobbing their heads at the stairs, and then like looking at us, and then like biting us again and flying upstairs.
That's chaos.
Yeah. Like they don't bite hard enough for it to really hurt. They're just trying to get your attention. Sure. But you're like, why are you insane all of a sudden? It's not even time yet.
Well, they're tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
Me either.
I think the issue I would have, I'll say, is dealing with an animal that has every can move in every direction at all times. Like that's, I would be so worried I'm gonna knock him out of the air on accident.
Gamera is the worst with that because she can almost hover like a fucking hummingbird, and she flaps her wings like a bat.
Yeah.
So she'll just be like, and you're like, we didn't sign up for this. We got a lovebird. We did not get a bat. But like, it's funny because Casey and I both started doing this independently and only told each other about it later. When people are like, oh, I love birds. I've thought about getting a parrot at some point. And we tell them, we really, really love having parrots. They're awesome. I recommend that you don't do it. Don't get a bird.
Yeah.
Just no, don't get a bird.
Uh-huh.
Like, I know birds are awesome, and I know that you love birds, and if you got one, you would probably love it too. Don't do that to yourself. You're adopting a tiny, tiny, fragile, autistic child with a can opener on its face. Like, don't.
That's the thing it does it for me. Like, they're so fucking fragile.
Yeah.
Like,
That's my biggest
as cool
concern.
as I think birds are, if a bird is coming right at my face,
if
anything's coming out of my face, my instinct is like, bam.
Exactly.
And then suddenly it's like, oh, I used to have a bird.
Yeah.
We had to get over our reflex to protect our face when we got birds. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Anybody that happens to listen to this episode, if you think you want to get a bird and you don't already have a bird, run. Enjoy your freedom.
Conversely, if you see Doug in public, you can just throw shit at him. He's not going to dodge it.
I'm just going to watch it come at me. Yeah, pretty much.
Because you got you.
As long as it doesn't buzz.
You have to untrain your ability to protect your face, but you have to retrain yourself to recognize in a split second, is what flying at my face, is it a bird?
Is it my friend?
Yeah.
Or is it a weapon?
Oh, by the way, sometimes my friend can be a weapon too. So...
A weapon that is independently capable of attacking itself. You know how they say guns don't kill people, people kill people? The bird is the gun and the people.
I don't remember if we'd done a show last since I saw the new Doctor. Did I talk about that?
I think so.
Last time was...
You were still waiting on the new Doctor.
No, I think the last time we talked was when they fixed your equilibrium.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw my new primary doctor.
Cool.
And I went in there, and I sat there for like half an hour after they took me in the back. So, like, right off the bat, I'm like, what the fuck am I getting into? But then...
make an entrance.
He came back.
And Glenn Danzig, the doctor over here.
Right. No, the guy came back and he's like, yeah, sorry about the wait. And then he spent like 45 minutes going over all these test results.
So that's why there was
all
a wait.
These things I had.
Okay.
So, like,
Sorry I'm late. I was looking at your ridiculous charts.
But, yeah, before I left, she's like, okay, well, we're going to take some labs, and then we'll schedule your follow-up for after you have your echo and after you have a CT scan. Because, you ordered a CT scan for me because my insides are dying. So, he sends a lady back to take blood, and then she hands me a cup, and I'm like, I haven't really had anything to drink today. I don't... She's like, oh, well, if you need to, you can just take it home and then pee in the cup and bring it back. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to work out best. So I take the cup out to the car, and as soon as I get in the car, I'm like, I kind of got to piss. And I couldn't just, like... The only bathroom in there, like, if I walk back in, was the public, everyone bathroom. I'm like, oh, man, then I would have to, like, walk up to the desk and give the lady a warm cup of piss.
That's how it works at my doctor. They only have one bathroom.
Well,
you just go in there. Well, no. you go in there and you leave it on the back, and then you tell them it's in there. That's how they do it.
And then
That's
they can let it cool off before they touch it. It's gross.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that works. You're just like, all right, nobody use this. I pissed in a cup. Peace.
See, the place in Middletown is oddly modern. Like they have a great lab. If you piss, you piss in your cup, and then you open up a little door and you put it in there.
Yeah, that's what you do when you jerk off too.
Yeah,
the little elves, little jerk off elves take it.
So where are the elves?
I sat in the car for like 5 minutes thinking, like, should I go home and piss in this and just bring it back later, or do I just get it over with?
I would just done it. Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm like, I don't want to fucking drive back here. So I go to the public bathroom. I piss in it. I walk up to the desk, trying to hide the cup of piss.
That's
I
always
had from
fucking
the
awkward.
room.
I hate. Yeah, every time I've had to do that. Yeah, you know what? The place I had to get piss tested for on Eisenhower, they were not whatsoever modern. It was definitely like, yeah, go piss and bring it over. There's just a line of people just standing there with a cup of piss.
And like, this place wasn't set up to be a doctor's office. Like, fucking funny enough, this is where I went to back when I was in middle school and I broke my knee. Like, they took me here because I was an orthopedic surgeon, and that guy was like, "Oh yeah, you got a broken kneecap. We'll have you in surgery in a couple days." And that was after fucking 3 months of that shit. But yeah, so it's an orthopedic surgeon's office. It doesn't have all the doctor's office amenities. So that was pretty awkward.
Yeah.
But overall, decent doctor.
Cool.
So surprisingly, it's just one of those things where you walk out and you're like, "Is this what doctors' visits are supposed to be like?" But on the downside, he's like, "Okay, so this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. We're going to send you here, here, and here to try to figure this, that, and the other out."
Well, yeah, I mean, it's better than like, "Oh no, you're just fat."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sitting here like my phone
COVID.
pinged because I had blood drawn today for the gout doc. But my results are coming back and shit's showing up red, and I'm like, well, when this is red, what's that mean? And you look it up and it's like, oh, well, when this is out of count, it's usually some kind of cancer. I'm like, don't tell me I got a fucking blood cancer now.
Jesus Christ.
If this guy is the guy that's like, okay, this is wrong, so we're going to test and see why it's wrong. You know how they test for fucking blood cancers? Bone marrow biopsies.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did know that.
You know what?
And that's fucking awful. It's a needle drilled into your bone so they can extract it.
And they don't put you out. They fucking lidocaine you up. They might give you some like twilight anesthesia that everyone says no, because when they drill in your fucking bone, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
It is far and away, like, if you look on like YouTube or something, what's the most painful medical
It's
procedure?
gotta be. Yeah.
Like, it beats out dental implants, it beats out spinal taps.
And this is just to find out if you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't they put you under for this?
I don't know.
That really feels like if it's widely known as the most painful procedure to get done, maybe knock me the fuck out.
I think
Maybe they're just like, there'd be more painful procedures if we didn't put people under for those. So they gotta draw the line somewhere.
Oh God.
Bone marrow biopsy is the line.
Probably. I mean, it's
well,
gotta be
I
worth...
know if you can't get put under a lot because you start to get a tolerance for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why they have to regulate it. That's why they only give you just enough to be.
Oh my God!
And
Is
because
that why they
people-
gave me the IV anesthetic when I went for my oral surgery that one time? No, they couldn't have known how many whippets I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know. But like, there's that very real feeling of like, oh great, what the fuck now?
damned if you do, damned if you stick with the old guy.
Definitely
Yeah.
damned if you stick with the old
Yeah.
guy.
Definitely.
Fuck
Like,
that guy.
I mean, this guy seems very competent. He's not like dismissive or anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
I mean, it sounds like he was late
fuck.
for you because he was talking to another patient, probably.
I'm assuming.
So, like, I mean, sucks that he was late, but also huge green flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, from that blood work, I got like a bunch of shit back that didn't show too kindly for my liver. And from today's blood work, it seemed like some of the liver stuff improved, but some of the blood stuff is not great. So it's like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Well, at least and at least it sounds like you have somebody competent dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only plus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the very least, you're way more likely to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, there is that. I'd rather ignore this.
Look, I knew when I said it that it wasn't a universally good thing, but
No, it is a good thing because you at least want to like know how to not make things worse. If
Yeah.
it's something that you cannot make worse.
but on some level though, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I want to know.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
take me now.
I know. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't like look at these results and say, yes, this is what they're going to do to me.
Yeah. Right.
But you see those results, and after fucking 10 years with a doctor who didn't say shit to
Who?
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You've had to be
Yeah.
the only way to get any kind of answer is to self-diagnose for you. So, yeah, you've kind of almost got to retrain that out of yourself. Oh, well. Assuming this guy is.
I would be interested in the notes that he's put on your account over the years, because, like, not on your account, but on
Well,
your
they're
chart.
you said they're all like bullshit, right?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Fucking take that guy for
He-
everything
he-
he's
he'd
worth.
say, I discussed this and this and this with him, and I told him, you need to do this. And you're reading these things, like, no, you fucking didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if it turns out that you've got some kind of that you've had some kind of condition for this long, for like that long, that like would have been a lot less bad if he'd just taken you seriously 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Fucking lawsuit,
Oh
dude.
shit. Yeah.
Like, absolutely fucking lawsuit.
Well, I mean, I saw this guy, and he was like, well, your notes say you have an enlarged spleen and your liver. Like, did they send you to a GI about this? And I'm like, no.
Didn't even tell me it was in there.
Like,
he never told you about that,
I
did he?
asked him about it repeatedly, and he
Oh.
brushed it off.
Yep.
Like, well, yeah, we're gonna send you to a GI for this, and going to why didn't they order a CT scan for you? I said, well, he did, but when the insurance said we want an ultrasound, he just said okay. And he's like, yeah, well, no, we're gonna get a CT, and
Why is your doctor still practicing? Why is your old doctor still
I
practicing
had
medicine?
no idea.
Like, he really shouldn't be.
And
You'd be doing the world a service if you sued him. It's
Yeah.
so bad that he lost
here's
his
the
medical
thing,
license.
it's crazy because like I look on like UPMC's doctor listing, and he has fucking great reviews. People are like, oh, he took the time to address my concerns and explain this and that.
They were thin people, though, weren't they?
It was yeah, and I'm sure he probably maybe he is a good doctor to them, but doctors also shouldn't make decisions that this person's making it all up or this person isn't
This
sick
person's
as
just
ex-
overweight.
Yeah, like
Like, that's not a diagnosis.
No, exactly.
That's you not paying attention to
Right.
your patient.
Well, even I don't remember if I told you guys this or not, but like my mom had texted me one night.
yeah, that they were gonna go
Yeah.
there or something.
And the very next day, she's like, "Oh, we loved him. He was great." It's like, "Well, yeah, he's great when he knows the issue, and he's just got to be like, yep, pass it on."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
when it came to finding out what was wrong, he didn't fucking care. He's not gonna do the work himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, he really seemed like the kind of guy who only got into medicine because he could make a bunch of money. So,
It
yeah,
seems like race.
either that or maybe he was a decent person when he got into it, but then he got a gambling problem. Picked up that heroin addiction he couldn't afford before.
Middletown's overweight citizenship just bogged him down.
Yeah,
He really learned to hate fat people.
that is a town to go if you want to not like fat people.
Every time we go through the door, he's like, "You crush my soul like your feet do the tiles on the floor."
Should be crushing your soup.
Oh my god. So yeah, here's a liver failure and blood cancer.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean,
10
the
years
liver's...
late.
The liver's a resilient organ.
Not when it's failing.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. Failing happens after resiliency.
yeah.
See, it's the fact that the liver is so resilient that it starts to fail because it's the scar tissue from repairing itself
Yeah.
that fucking destroys it.
Ugh,
Totally
Jesus.
only related in that we're talking about liver. But I'm getting a lot of recommendations on like how to cook liver. Like, oh, you'll love it. I'm like, no, I won't. Like, I know for 100%, no matter what you do to that.
I got a foie gras liver for you over here. When I'm dead, I'll be like,
Can I have his liver?
cut that shit out and send it to Ken.
Don't eat it with Chianti though. I've had Chianti. It's not good.
Is that like a spicy wine?
I wouldn't call it spicy. I call it shit though.
Okay.
Fucking hated that. I think it was very dry.
Yeah, not for me. Yeah, I don't know, like, why I'm getting recs for how to make liver.
I
Because
probably just described the opposite of Chianti, by the way. I'm prepared to get our first email
It
ever
says, yeah, you're
saying you were
completely
very wrong about Chianti. If Casey was here, she could tell us otherwise.
I don't know shit about wine.
She has a degree in it.
Wow.
Yeah, her degree in her minor
Culinary.
at
and
culinary school was.
sommelier. Isn't that what like a wine person's job is?
Yeah, I think that she passed like her. I think there's 5 levels of sommelier, and she passed like the first or second, something like that. Like she is a sommelier, but she actually has a degree in beverage studies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they get
from the
shitty
CIA. Huh?
if you're trying to talk wine? And they're like, what level sommelier are you?
I bet.
I bet they do.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
I bet the kind of people who go for the level 5 or whatever are probably
Yeah, the worst.
Oh yeah.
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 The
Complete
kind of
assholes.
person who's going to go that far with it is going to be a total asshole about it. Now I'm going to find out that somebody I really liked did that.
Have we recorded since Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh, no, I guess
I
not.
cooked Thanksgiving dinner.
Ooh.
I did a good job.
Yeah.
Till it came to the gravy. Boy, I shit the bed on the gravy.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Oh, it was horrible. My ratio of flour to butter was not right.
Oh boy.
And it looked like gravy, but it tasted like nothing.
I was gonna say lots of things look like gravy.
Oh, it was awful.
Did you also put the meat drippings in it?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you forgot that step, I could see why it wouldn't taste like.
So
much.
I broke the bird down before I cooked it.
Mm.
Much better way to cook it. Cooks in like an hour and a half.
Mm.
Then all the leftovers I made stock, a big ass thing of stock,
Nice.
and that's what I used to make the gravy. And it I scraped the pans and roasted everything, and it tasted like nothing because I have the ratio all wrong, and it was disgusting.
That sucks.
Yeah, everything else was all right. Turkey was a little salty, but that's just because the recipe was.
Just because of all the salt on it.
Yeah, recipe was like rub salt all over it.
I mean, I don't know how you misinterpret that.
And I even went light, but it was. Oh well, yeah.
Huh.
Gravy, nah. Day 2, my wife had a backup gravy packet. The leftovers were much better.
No. Casey found sliced turkey at I think it was at Costco or Aldi. but it's not like lunch meat turkey. It's like sliced turkey, but in like a lunch meat style container. And number one, it lasted forever in the fridge. I forgot about it for a while after I opened it. It was still good.
Oh wow.
But like it's also like the perfect thing for like a hot turkey and gravy sandwich. So I'm like, all we have to do is buy that, make gravy, and then make toast.
Yeah, that's pretty
and we
good.
can have that sandwich anytime we want.
I just got my watch was just transcribing you.
Oh, really?
Perfect thing for like a hot turkey sandwich and gravy sandwich.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about a hot turkey sandwich.
That was good. Turkey sandwich?
Turkey sandwich.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
We went over to my mom's for Thanksgiving.
I'm going to
fairly
my mom's
uneventful.
house. Recoil. I'm going to my mom's house.
Dude, I quote that all the fucking time. Like, whenever somebody's leaving in a huff in a movie, I'm just like, I'm going to my mom's house. Nobody gets the joke except for, like, me and Casey and Sam. Like, but I don't explain it either. I just keep saying I'm going to my mom's house.
Bruce came over a couple days ago, and he said, you know, he always makes a joke like, what if that person was in Recoil? What if this person was in Recoil? And he was like, what if Philip Seymour Hoffman was in Recoil? I was like, that's a weird pull. I was like, he could have played Keeney's part where he just... Could you imagine that?
He just comes in, gets mad
we
that
have
he murdered his brother-in-law.
We just have Philip Seymour Hoffman just sitting at a table when he gets up and leaves, and that's it. That's all we did with him.
My fucking brother-in-law. My sister's going to be pissed.
That would have been funnier if handled right.
There's a lot we didn't handle right in that film.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying it's not Oscar worthy. I'm saying that we didn't handle some stuff correctly.
Well, it's definitely fuck. How did I forget the name of that film festival? Sunrise. Is it Sunrise?
No.
The fuck am I
The
thinking
one
of?
Utah.
Sundance, yeah. How the hell could I not remember Sundance?
Oh, I thought surely it's not Sundance because he would remember that.
No, I'm having just as much trouble remembering it.
I thought you were going to tell me about some small film festival that screened Recoil that I never knew about.
I'm sitting here like, I said, Trauma Fest?
Trauma Dance.
Could you imagine if Mike got that into Sundance?
Oh my god, he tried.
People would still talk about it today.
I mean,
the movie people walked out of.
I legitimately saw the email that he was sending to people, and if we did get entered, we would have been expected to do the time warp.
Oh my god!
Because according to him, we did the time warp any chance we could get.
On command.
Yeah.
Any chance they could get.
Did we ever do the time?
Nope.
We might. Some of us might have done the time warp in front of him one time.
Look, you gotta sit that guy down in a chair and beat him with a bat for putting that information out there about us.
It's not okay. It's really not.
They're a group of young
He also
20-something
asked me
punk
if he could
and
ask my
metalhead.
girlfriend for her phone number. And I told him I don't give a fuck because I didn't. But like, it's not an okay thing to say.
Yeah. Oh man, that was one of the most bizarre things. Was getting his entire inbox one morning. Like,
Jesus.
Just my email showing up with his entire inbox was just bizarre and wonderful.
How does that even happen? You said he accidentally sent it to Bruce, right?
No, me.
He sent it directly to you.
Yeah, I woke up with every email he had. It was like 300 emails.
It was only 300 emails?
It was a lot.
Poor Mike.
It was a lot of emails.
I mean, it's 300 spam emails in a day.
Yeah, but this was before. This is back when people clean their mailboxes.
Oh.
Now we just archive everything.
True.
It's too,
We used to have limited space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I just recently had to start paying Google for more storage.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's because I use my Google Drive to like share pirated files with people. That's worth $3 a month to me.
I'm at Hollywood writer living in Harrisburg, PA. I have a film called Recoil that you may be interested in.
I have a film.
It's shot locally here.
Implying but not saying that it's his film.
There is a website and DVD. It is outrageously funny and ultra-violent in a usual suspect Reservoir Dog kind of way. Really?
Not at all.
Oh boy.
Any comparison between Recoil and The Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
That's thin.
I'll review for a moment. An action comedy detective story about a jewel heist. Outrageously funny, well-written dialogue. Capitalized. Dialogue. Didn't spell dialogue, right?
Oh.
And over-the-top...
That's why they didn't take it.
Over-the-top eccentric characters. Excellent special effects.
Really?
Bloody.
They were good for what we were
bloody.
doing, but...
They were bloody.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, the blood splatters were great. I was thinking more about, like, the gun effects.
Oh.
Like, I think we're fine.
Young cast and very indie, and here we go. These guys are hardcore horror and punk rock fans that sing the Time Warp. Oh, we just sing it. We don't do it.
You know, that might be a little more accurate.
Every chance we can get.
Every chance.
I mean, I don't think I've ever actually sang Time Warp, but I know some of us have.
I mean, you sat for 45 minutes waiting for a doctor. How many times did you sing Time Warp? Because that's a lot of chance. That is a chance.
You could have done the Time Warp at literally any time during that 45 minutes.
I'm the oldest at 40 and play a former
Oh
heroin
my God.
dealer from LA that sells smack from Meals on Wheels, man. That is true.
I am the oldest at 40. Sounds like...
that line just fucking broke me.
That is...
We are as old as Mike was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
was he 40 though?
But like,
was he 40 or was he older?
that feels like the equivalent of signing the letter Mike Perugine 40. Like,
yeah.
I am the oldest at 40.
Yeah, it's like, why?
Doug's the second old. Who gives a fuck?
I'm really bored. Get me high the next time you're in town. That's in the middle of his review. Because then he continues and says, a hard rock soundtrack, great audience response, and runs 48 minutes with credits and bloopers. I'm just helping these boys out because I have more experience in the entertainment business.
Did he just like dissociate for a little bit in the middle
he
of the
did.
paragraph?
Yeah, he did.
That explains Midnight Video so well.
He absolutely did.
Wow.
In the middle of the paragraph, he's like, get me high when you're in town.
I could see
he was
Bruce
writing that email to Sophie.
I could see Bruce writing that in an email to us.
Yeah. Yeah, locally I work in a private recording studio in Hershey. Shooting guns and racing cars gets old, man. Where is the Dead Marmot Lounge? This was sent to Sex and Guts magazine.
Sex and Guts, man.
I've never been so concerned about Mike, and these are emails from a long time ago.
Yeah,
It was a long time ago.
this was a long time ago.
I love that line from Dom in that movie, though, because he's like, we had a run in L.A. back in the 80s. That was a long time ago. Yeah, no shit. It was the 80s. Are you kidding me? That is the most throwaway line I've ever seen in a movie ever.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to be the movie I was in.
That was probably like, because it was a very functional script. Whereas, hey, we're gonna have to cut away here. What can he say because we need to cut away?
That was a long time ago.
Man.
I don't have any weed.
Oh,
man.
Bruce cracked me up the other night because he said that Kramer guy told him he actually likes Brothers Keeper.
Who said that?
Kramer. And he was like, the thing that cracked me up, he was like, yeah, you guys made some brave choices.
That's not a positive review. He didn't mention what those choices were.
No,
did
not
he?
at all. No, no, there were
Wow,
no.
you guys fucked up a lot.
Yeah, there was nothing brave in that movie. Brave choices.
You made the brave choice to hang tripe off of fucking Bruce's basement.
That was an all Bruce decision there.
Oh, man.
He was
yeah. He
obsessed
was
with the
all,
tripe.
Yeah,
We got to go over to Giant. We got to pick up some tripe.
yeah. He
Ask
was,
the butcher for the nastiest shit he's got.
Oh,
man, you can't make movies like that nowadays anymore. You damn near go broke.
Oh yeah, I have to imagine tripe is at least $5 or $6 a pound at this point.
Yeah. You can't. How? That's the other thing. Why did Giant randomly have all that shit that Giant doesn't have anymore?
Oh, they still have it.
It's not out.
No, they don't. They don't typically sell it.
It was just out.
It was just out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was all in the
unusual.
freeze. Yeah, we got.
You can still get it, but you have to specifically.
Yeah,
ask
no,
them
not
for
that.
it.
Bruce maybe asked the. I bet he asked the butcher for tripe.
no, I remember finding the tripe just sitting out.
Just like in a,
Oh.
Yeah.
like foam pack.
Yeah. I
Wow.
remember going through all that and picking out the gnarliest looking pieces.
Man, I've eaten tripe since then. Did I ever tell you about that?
Did you hang it off a hook?
Yeah. I had to. In honor of the part I played in Brother's Keeper that almost got entirely cut from the movie.
Who the fuck is Kramer? Was he that guy that became a priest or something?
No. Kramer he's the guy that
Who became a priest?
Wolf.
Oh, that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
No, Kramer's he's done movies. He's done like recent shit with Sam.
Oh, okay.
Did you see Dead Man's Tale
I think so.
that we shot in Bruce's?
In the bar.
Yeah.
He was the guy. He was the bartender.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a liar.
He's fun. He's also really nice,
He's a
which is
sweet
probably
guy.
why
Yeah,
he
he's a
said
super
that.
Sweet guy. Super sweet guy.
Like, bro, like I appreciate the encouragement, but don't encourage that.
I especially liked how fucking earnest and serious he took helping out when we were shooting up at Bruce's dad's place. Like he was fucking there to learn how this shit is done. And I was like, oh, shit. This dude's so into it, he makes me want to not fuck around.
I have to applaud the genius of like scam email
Yeah.
people. They send it from paquoxola@gmail.com, and the name that shows up in the from field is Misty Corrington. And then they sign it Anton Spitzberg. And you would think, well, that's a huge red flag. Nobody's going to believe that. The people who will follow through with the rest of the scam will. They won't notice that. They're looking for the most oblivious people that they can find.
Yeah.
Let's put a bunch of huge red flags right up front and see if they click it anyway. The email specifically just says, like, we're getting in touch to apprise you of a recent court decision that may impact your financial situation. And then they give you a case number and a link to afkjj.us21.list-manage.com, which sounds like a
that's
link
official.
to a court case,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And it just says it itemizes the specific financial boundaries that have been imposed. And you're like, it doesn't even try to tell you what this is about.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like there's a class action that you're a
Right. member
member of that class or anything like that. It's just,
Yeah.
we would like to give you some information. Click this. Click this.
People
Love Misty Corrington / Anton Spitzberg.
Anton Spitzberg.
And it's coming from a Gmail
Yeah.
address. Ooh, this came to my work email. I bet this is a phishing test from
Yeah, it can be.
our IT.
Yeah, it
I
can
need
be.
to congratulate
You
them.
can, you can set that up immediately, and like it's like a couple clicks. You can set it up, and our SOC team gets me once in a while. This was
Yeah.
fucked up, right? So I don't think they know this. The person that sends those out knows this. But they sent one out recently that was like, hey, click here to get your holiday gift.
Your holiday gift.
Every year, our company sends out a holiday gift. It's like you can get like a $15 gift card for gas or something else. They're not doing it this year because financials are tight. So that's really fucked up. Like,
wow.
I'm not supposed to know they're not doing it, but my super is a BFF, so he just lets us know things are coming ahead of time, which is nice. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucked up, man. You're gonna, haha, psych. And if you get caught too many times, you have to sit through
a training.
Yeah.
We actually had to sit through a training video for like security, like e-security stuff once a year.
Sure. Yeah, we got to do those.
Yeah, I'm sure you do too, working in a medical
We have to do
field.
40 of them.
40
different trainings. We have a year to get them done on different things.
Is this just the IT staff?
No.
No, this is everybody?
Everybody.
40 of them every year?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
That's fucking crazy.
You know what? The nice thing is you don't have to sit through them. You can just go right to the questions.
Oh, and everybody already knows the answers at this point if you're doing 40 of them a year.
Because I screenshotted them, yes.
It's the same test?
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's just for
you're gonna go fucking
purposes.
like who's gonna go edit a fucking Flash animation or whatever they use to build it? You know,
fair.
They can't. They can't. It looks like Flash. They can't change it anymore.
They could change the questions.
Maybe
they could just change the questions.
Maybe.
But it probably is a liability thing because if they're like, "Hey, there was a data breach due to one of your people doing something wrong," you're like, "Well, I mean, you can't put that on us
because we train them.
We sent them a test to make sure that they know not to do that almost every week."
Yeah. Now, they get assigned, and then you have all year to get them done, which is easier. But like every year, I take a training on how to wash my hands, prove I know how to wash my hands.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just talking. I thought this was all like internet security stuff.
No, about 10 of them are IT.
I mean, that's still a lot.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
What to do if my house catches on fire. Because I don't go to work anymore.
Oh, my God. Wow.
All kind. Yeah, it's all liability shit. What to do if somebody hands me a baby? I have to take that one.
What?
Like...
You say, I don't want this baby. Take it back.
Say no.
I'm not taking your baby. I'm sorry.
Because anybody that, could possibly have to head into a hospital to do work.
I guess, there's always the potential that it could happen.
Yeah.
No.
It could happen.
Yeah.
If you're trying to give me a baby, I'm like,
It's got to be a major extenuating circumstances for somebody to want to hand one of us a baby.
Yeah.
But
you're picking just they have like
you're the only other person there, and they're bleeding out. That's when they hand you the baby.
No, they have baby drop boxes. For like, if you don't want your baby, you just go put it in the box.
Just imagine like the Blockbuster drop box.
Yeah.
Did the color just drain from my face when you said that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean,
but like,
if people are going to get rid of a baby,
look, if you got to get rid of a baby,
like
I know a place you can take it.
Yeah, they have like little fucking things, or you can just walk up and drop your baby, no questions asked.
Weird. Do they have cameras on it?
Yeah, I mean the entire property.
I have to imagine that they're surveilling it,
But if you're, it's essentially giving up the baby for adoption.
I guess so. Yeah. Like that's probably one of the few legal places you can abandon a baby.
Yeah.
That's probably the only place you can legally abandon a baby.
Yeah. You don't put them in a fucking basket and send them down the stream hoping Willow gets them.
You put them in a basket with a piece of the meteorite on it, and you drop it off at a nunnery.
Just imagine Willow with like baby innards on her, like, and I will get him.
Like, Yeah, we got those little baby drop boxes.
But that's because she didn't take the test to find out what you're supposed to do with a baby.
That's right.
I'm talking about the movie Willow.
Oh.
That's the plot of the movie.
Yo, I haven't seen Willow in so long. I think we have it on Laserdisc. We should watch it.
I watched it recently. It's fun.
Yeah.
I have not, or
I'm
maybe
not
I'm
clearly not.
Yeah, I believe you, Josh. It's probably been a bit for you. It's been a long time for me, and I still knew we were talking about the movie.
Willow's been traumatic for me because that kid down the street always wanted to be the source of my market.
Were you complaining about being Mad Mardigan?
When it was a dude trying to romance me.
Yeah, but you're Mad Mardigan.
Yeah, but he was no Sorcha.
Yeah, you don't play out the love scenes. Unless you do.
Unless you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, like...
Just like sometimes somebody hands you a baby. Sometimes it's because you were playing too many of the love scenes out.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Willow for Nintendo?
Yeah.
It was a really good game.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Way better than I would have expected it to be.
Yeah.
Like, even as a kid.
The arcade game?
No.
Yeah, it's like a side-scrolling...
Like a platformer kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or like a beat-em-up?
Is it basically Golden
No, like
Axe?
You're going around as little chibi Willow, little Warwick Davis in the arcade game, just wailing on fuckers with a chain.
Yeah, it's like a platformy game. It's alright.
Oh, that's cool.
It's alright.
I have to imagine it's not as good as the NES
No,
game.
not at all.
That was kind of groundbreaking for its time. Somebody released a fan version of Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, I saw Pro Jared was playing through it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I watched a couple minutes of it.
Dude, it looks
It
so
pretty
fucking cool.
right?
Like, one thing that Jared didn't figure out in the beginning of the game, was if you have a Death Knight character, their primary way of bless you, excuse me. Their primary way of leveling up their stats is to eat bats. So the bats that are just flying around in some places, like most of the dungeons in that game, that normally all you can do is walk up and talk to them, and they say key, and that's it.
Yeah.
He eats them, and it gives him a stat increase. So you'll walk up to a bat, switch over to that character, and you hear chomp, chomp. The bat goes away, and it says, so-and-so got +1 vitality.
That's awesome.
So after Jared figures this out, he's like, oh, fuck, now I have to go all the way back through every place I've been in the game that has bats and just eat a bunch of bats. And he did an entire episode just eating bats in dungeons. It was fun. But yeah, that game looks super cool.
It looks pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's about 9:30.
Yeah.
It is about 9:30.
I don't have games this week.
No games?
No games this week.
Joke?
I don't.
No joke?
No
Oh,
joke.
shit. We don't know how to
I
leave.
was ill prepared.
We don't know
You're
what to
kidding
do.
me.
I was ill prepared.
Oh, joke of the week.
I will come better prepared next time.
How do we end? I don't know what to do.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
But you cannot fuck around with...
You're fired, Adam. You're all washed up in this business.